And I absolutely love large background stamps because these stamps are 8 by 8 in size and you can literally do a whole wealth of different techniques with stamping, but because they're so big, they will cover a whole range of big cards, chop them down into small cards. I've got lots of samples that I'm going to show you later, but I thought the first thing I'm going to do is show you exactly how to use them. Now I am using our 8 by 8 stamping platform. Let me just put that there for a second. And I also have our base with the magnets on. It means now stamping means it's going to be so easy to do with this, let me tell you, because this system works beautifully, and it works beautifully with these 8 by 8 stamps. Now the one that I'm going to use is the Oriental Peony. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the size of this. This is a huge stamp, but not only have you got the 8 by 8 stamp, you've got all the embellishments as well. So we have a gorgeous peony at the bottom, and again quite a nice decent size. We've got lots of little things like sentiments on there as well, so really beautiful to be able to personalize your cards too. But let's show you how easy they are to use. You're going to peel your carrier sheet off first, and then you're going to take your stamp off the other carrier sheet, because this is the carrier sheet that has all the pattern on. Now I'm going to just take your time when you're taking this off, but let's just give that a good pull off. There we go. Now you can see just by looking at this how big this is. It's absolutely huge. Now I'm turning this over because what I'm going to do is just place this on to my platform, just onto there. Let's make sure it's in there properly. Ooh, perfect, Debbie. Couldn't have asked for that better. Now I've taken a piece of cardstock as well, so I'm going to place this on. Now the magnets hold this down, which I think is absolutely fabulous. So magnet in each corner, and don't forget you've got all your grids, so you can actually match this up. So if you haven't lined your stamp up, it means that you're going to get the perfect alignment. And I'm just going to check that those legs sit in each of those wells there, so they've got a little well in each one. You pop that down, and I'm just going to make sure that that is resting over my cardstock. So let me just get my little box. There we go, perfect, absolutely fabulous. So what I'm going to use now is I'm going to use a quick dry ink pad. So this is a Spectrum Noir quick dry ink, and it's the Noir Black. We've got a wealth of colours in this range, 36 in total, so you can really choose whichever one you want to use. But what I'm going to do is just use this across to stamp all over the stamp. And again, just small little taps across the very large stamp. Let's pop that across there, all the way across. Don't forget though, depending on what you want to colour in with, what medium you want to colour in with, you can choose any of the other stamps that we have. So if you're thinking of colouring this in with your alcohol markers, you could use your alcohol proof dye. If you want to use watercolours, you could use your waterproof dye. So literally there's loads of different choices that you can use. Ooh, opaque inks would be fabulous, and then use your clear embossing folder. Again, lots of different ways you can use that. Now I'm quite happy with that, so what I'm going to do now is just turn this over, and I'm going to stamp that down. I'm just going to make sure my magnets aren't in the way, so let's pop that across. And a good pressure when you're using this, just you run your fingers along all the way along there. But the best thing about this platform is if you have missed any areas, so you can see I've missed here and here and here, all I have to do is pop that back on and go back down and put more pressure onto there. So all the areas where you think you've missed, you can go back over. Again, let's just take that down. Let's test it when we bring it back up. Yep, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that magnet to one side. I'm going to move that one to one side, that one to that side, and that one there. So my paper hasn't actually moved, and what I'm just going to do is give it another little re-ink all the way around there. And this is what you can do. And I love the fact that we have this platform now under our umbrella, so that you can use this and get perfect stamping until you're happy with your stamp. So let's pop that down, and let's go back over the areas that I think I remembered. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. Just a little bit more at the bottom. Let me go back down. There we are. Absolutely fabulous. Now this looks beautiful. It really is gorgeous. Let me just take that off there for a second. Now move the magnets just over there. And then if we just bring that in, you can see now you've got that lovely soft image there all the way across. It's absolutely beautiful. Now this is down to you now what you want to do with this. So I'm going to use a little system that's called, I think Leanne called it an eclipse. I'm used to it being called a spotlight, so I don't know what you use it as, but I've stamped it again, and this time I've used one of our nesting dies to actually cut out and just colour in a little section. So you can see there, I've used the stitched nesting circular die that we have in our stash, or if it's not if you haven't got it in your stash, you'll definitely be able to find it on the website, the nesting circle dies, which is fabulous. And that's what that's going to do, is just going to highlight the card that I want to do. So I've fetched in some textured cardstock. I'm going to bring that onto there so you can see, just have a quick peek. You can see I've got all my image, and the area that I want to now just highlight and spotlight, should I say, is just where I've stamped. So it's finding the stamped area, and it's this one here. So you can see now that if I place that over there, and it's a careful bit of, I mean, it just looks fabulous. So you can see just matching that up. So what I'm going to do, let's just take off my pads. I've just lifted this up with some foam pads, and again, it's just a fabulous way of using, there we go. So let's pop that on and make sure I get it into place before I do it. Come on, Debbie, there we go. That's it. Let's just make sure that's on the right bit. Just going to grab my box, just bear with me a second. I want to make sure I'm right over it and get that into place. There's just, I mean, they're all beautiful in their own right, but there's just so many ways. I am going to show you lots of different samples that I have in a moment, but there are so many ways you can use it. This is just a very crisp and clean, simple way of using it. I'm just going to bring in my 8x8 card there, and we'll map that onto a card blank. And what I've also done, Jo, is I've used one of the sentiments that's on that Oriental Peony stamp. Let's bring that into place. There we go, perfect. And I've done a stamped image, and again, using those nesting dies, I've just taken a couple of there to match the orange textured cardstock and a little bit of white onto there. And this time I'm just going to pop that into the corner there like that. Now it's just a beautiful system. I'll show you close up in a moment, but it is absolutely fabulous, and it's just highlighting just a little bit of that design using the alcohol markers, because that's what I've coloured that in with, the alcohol markers, and it's just showing you different ways you can do it. I did another one, and I'll show you the other one that I did, where I actually spotlighted quite a few parts of this. So I actually just used the nested circle dies again and highlighted or spotlight little areas of it. So absolutely fabulous way of using it. Do you want to see some more samples? Let's show you some of the samples, because there's so many of these designs, but there's so many ways that you can use them. Now the Distressed Harlequin is one of my favourites. I absolutely love this. Look how that has been used, and using some of the things from your crafty stash that you have. I think this was from the Nautical collection, these, but again, that beautiful Distressed Harlequin background stamped in quick drying inks again, same design, so the Distressed Harlequin, but just use different. This is what I'm saying about chopping it up into little pieces, so little strips being chopped up and just added on to give that gorgeous effect. And again, there's another one with the Harlequin. I just love this Harlequin. Taking all your different kind of card ideas. So this is an easel card, but again, just looking how you can use them. Although they're a very large stamp, there is a lot of ways that you can use them, and loads of ideas. Oh, love this one. Can I just show you this beautiful one here? Look how fabulous that is. And again, taking it into things like your boxes, a box lid's being made with that one, and then, oh, love this technique, just going to bring you that one. That's the same peony one that I did first, but used with water reactive ink pads and spritzed to give a really distressed look. Absolutely beautiful ways of using these large background stamps. They're really not background, they should be the focal part, and they're all beautiful to use.